Hey, what's up, folks? How we doing tonight? Rich, how are you?
Good. How about you, man?
Good, good, good. Just wondering what's going on with Rav's Twitch. I just saw it's not posting to it. Anyway, um,
Yep. I
Rich,
just saw that too.
we know we're playing the Angels tonight. I'm gonna bring in our guest.
Okay.
He,
Fire away.
I had a conversation with him probably a year and a half ago, and he comments on our shows all the time. And tonight he's making a grand appearance. We're playing the Angels, so let's bring him on. Riley, how you doing, man?
Good. What up?
What's going on? All right, explain to Rich the Riley monkey. Rich, you all right? You coughing your head off?
I'm good.
All right, all
Sorry.
right. So what's going on, guys? How we doing tonight? Riley, thanks for coming on tonight. Obviously,
Yeah, thanks. I was thinking about either deciding if I was gonna join because I don't know if you saw my post yesterday because what was it last because I think it was this weekend my coworker passed away.
oh, that sucks. I'm sorry. Sorry to hear
Yeah,
that,
so I was
buddy.
thinking if I was gonna join, but I was like, you know what, I'll join to get my mind off of it anyways.
Right, talking sports always gets your mind off of the inside world, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you don't want to play the Pirates after they get swept. Apparently, they learn how to hit the ball. This happened in back to back series. Rich, that seems to be a theme, and I don't know if it's good or bad because I'd rather see a stream of hits through a whole series instead of one game.
Well, yeah, you have a point, but it's also one of those things of you knew guys on this Pirates team were gonna hit. Brian Reynolds is gonna hit. He's had three or more hits in three of his last four games. You knew he was gonna hit before it was all said and done. He wasn't gonna hit a buck 80 for the year. I told you at the beginning of the year O'Neill Cruz was going to have a really good year, and he's having at this point a transcendent year, a year that no one's ever had before. So he's on pace to do really well. Just got to get some of these other guys clicking. It just so happens that they're now facing an Angels team that, to be perfectly honest, Chris, I watched them play the Rangers right before they played the Pirates. Pitching is not necessarily their forte right now. I don't think I'm speaking out of school saying that.
Yep.
Um, so what's going on with the Angels, Chris? I know they're off to a decent start this year. Are they still in second place?
No, right now we're kind of like in third place right now. No, no, wait, no, fourth place right now.
Mhm. Yep.
Um,
2.5 back of the Rangers, but only a
Yep.
half game out of second place.
so what's going on with the Angels this year, Chris? Why are they off to a decent start?
Because Kyron Paris in the beginning, but then right now, like my friend said, I think probably the pitching, I mean, has got to Kyron Paris, so they already figured them out. So that's right now you seen him that high fastball and everything.
Is Mike Trout going to end up retiring an Angel out there?
I hope so, but think so.
I mean, me and Rich had this conversation. It doesn't seem like he wants to go anywhere else. Seems he is very, very guy. I guess you would say complete in LA for some reason, Rich. I don't know how else to say it.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think Trout is part of a dying breed. I really do. And we've talked about this, Adam, a number of times on the show. Guys that are Hall of Fame legendary players that play for one team their whole career. I mean, as we sit right this second, there aren't even that many right now in the majors. Altuve, um, if you want to put Jose Ramirez on that list, Trout.
Why wouldn't you put
Um,
Ramirez on that list?
who?
Jose?
Yeah, I mean, if you think Jose has played long enough, sure. Um, there's not that many guys that when you sit there and go, okay, this guy has been with this team for his whole career, and he's a legendary player. He's going into the Hall of Fame, and there's no question about it. This was his team. Um, I hope that they can get to the point where they put Trout in a situation where he can win. Um, y'all have a lot of young guys that I love Logan O'Hoppe. You can ask Adam. I have said nothing but glaring things about Logan O'Hoppe. Really like him. I like Chanowell at first. I think he's a really solid player. I like Zach Neto. Um, Taylor Ward is an up and coming ball player. There's a lot of young talent on that team, but I think one of the things and you tell me, one of the things that it seems like has really shot the Angels in the foot was that Anthony Rendon contract.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Which I don't know. We should probably like we did to Pujols and Justin Upton, just cut him right now. Even though we're gonna eat all that contract, the money of that contract, just cut him.
Well, a big thing though with those other two situations you were talking about, you got some good years out of Pujols, and you got some pretty
Yeah.
good years out of Upton. You haven't gotten squat out of Rendon. I mean,
Hmm.
he I think I read the other day he has spent more time on the injured list as an Angel than he has played his entire career, even with the Nationals.
Because all he cares about
Yeah.
is his family. He doesn't care about baseball. Because he got that contract.
Well,
He's like,
no,
oh, whatever, I care. I'm set.
yeah, and he's made it publicly clear baseball is second fiddle for him. So
How
I
much
hate
of
to
a
see that for
loss?
the Angel fan base.
How much of a loss would that be? I know that contract was ridiculous, but did it get bigger at the end or shorter at the end?
I think it was even, wasn't it, Chris? Across the board?
I think so, yeah. Because I think it was 7 years, 245 million, something like that.
Yeah, and if I remember right, they spread it out evenly. It didn't have any ups and downs or anything to it.
I think so.
Let's see. Let me pull it up here. But yeah, 35 mil a year for 7 years. Oh, I'm sorry. No. Backtrack. Um, 10 mil in 20, 28 mil in 21, 36 and a half in 22, 38 and a half in 23, 38 and a half in 24, 38 and a half this year, 38 and a half next year.
So that hell is almost
Yeah.
over. So, Rich,
Yeah.
this is your guy. Your guy's kind of on the hill tonight. It's going Haney against Krunaki. Is that how you say it?
Uh,
Like Kasinowicz is pitching tonight.
Something like that.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's him. Yeah, I butchered that one. I saw it for a split second, so I was just guessing. How does Haney pitch against these Angels? He's probably one of the few that have experience, obviously.
Not well. He doesn't usually pitch very well against the Angels.
Yeah, because I just
If,
looked before I joined the show. He's 1-1. He has like a over like almost close to 7 ERA against the Angels.
yeah, and now that guy that wears 27, he's glad to see Andrew Haney pitching tonight. I think Trout's hitting about 700 against Andrew Haney.
Yeah,
So you're
and
If
also
he's going to
saying
come out,
and also Hobby's not in the lineup. Darnell's in the lineup, and he has 4 for 6 against Heaney with 2 home runs.
yeah. When I saw Hoppy wasn't in the lineup, I went, "What? Hold on a second." And then I forgot about the fact that y'all had gotten Travis Darno, and he's just if he could be consistent, he'd be a Hall of Fame catcher. He goes on those stretches though where it's like he's hitting a basketball and shooting it out of a cannon. It just he'll go and hit 5, 6 home runs in a week, and then he won't hit one for 6 weeks. But yeah, I mean, I would love to see Haney continue what he's doing right now for the Pirates, but track record says Buccos better score a bunch of runs tonight. And I don't know that we're going to see Haney going 7 or 8 like he has. Trust me, nobody's been more blown away than me that he's gone 7 or 8 a couple of times this season because he never smelled 7 innings as a Ranger. He was lucky to get 5 or 6. But yeah, against the Angels, I don't know.
Ugly.
I'm hoping. I'm hoping.
Well, Rich, if this makes you feel better, Yahoo set my lineup, and of course they hate Mike Trout. I don't understand this.
Well, but also Trout is I mean, he's in a slump right now. He actually among qualifiers for the batting title right now, he has the lowest average in the American League.
I don't know. Carlos Santana is 0 for 22 right now.
He doesn't have enough at bats though.
Oh, I was just
like
saying.
Josh Peterson.
You mentioned slump. That's why I was bringing that up.
Oh, the Rangers have the guy with the biggest slump in baseball right now. Jock Peterson's 0 for 41.
That's pretty dang awful.
I could go better than 0 for 41. I mean, good God.
Yeah, the Rangers just got awful news.
Yeah, Corey Seager's on the 10-day injured list. I saw him running down the line last night, grabbed that hamstring, and I was like, uh-oh.
So it might be long. It might be longer.
I don't think so. The way that he grabbed it, it was like, instead of that, oh my God kind of thing where he grabs it and falls to the ground. So yeah, Seager will be down for 10 days. That's no big deal. The big thing is that the Rangers have Josh Smith. They've got Ezekiel Duran. They've got guys that can take that spot. And boy, Josh Smith, man, the way he's playing last year and this year, he has just become that utility guy. Realistically, he reminds me a ton of Michael Young, if you guys remember Michael Young.
I do. I'm sure Chris does.
Boy,
I'm not in that division,
so
the
Angels up.
I'm not in that division, but
yeah, Michael Young murdered the Angels. He absolutely murdered the Angels. Him and Beltre.
Chris, are you going to try and go to the game tomorrow or no?
No, but my friends are, and also Ian Kinsler also murdered the Angels too.
Yeah, he did.
How did Izzy do against this team, Rich?
Izzy was okay. I think he was just Izzy. It wasn't anything special.
One hit.
If I remember right, he probably hit like 270, 275.
Like 1 out of every 3.
Yeah, I mean, stats versus Angels. If I remember correctly, he was just his normal self. Let's see. Here we go. Let's see. In his last several outings, I'm looking at his last 10 outings. He has hits in 7 of those games. No homers, which is not a surprise. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 walks in those 10 games. Yeah, and that's one thing that I'm sure you're finding out about Connor Falefa. He's not a power guy by any stretch.
No, not at all.
Out.
No, not at all.
He don't get paid to hit home runs. He doesn't strike out. He pays to get on base. He gets paid to get on base. He walks and he gets base hits. And looks like over his last 10 games against the Angels, He's hitting right at 275.
So does WAR help him or not? Because I read something a little while ago. If you're like a 300 hitter, your WAR is only 5.6, right in that range. I think WAR a dumb topic?
WAR is a stupid stat. If you look at the career lifetime WAR of some of the greatest players in the history of the game, they're way down the list. It's absolutely bananas. I mean, wins above replacement is probably one of the most overrated, overblown stats of all time. I mean, you got a guy like Manny Ramirez who's not even in the top 100 in WAR. How?
Yeah,
You
how?
know, a guy like Ryan Sandberg, not in the top 100. John Smoltz, not in the top 100. Andre Dawson's not even in the top 125.
This is a really,
Dave
really
Win-
dumb stat.
Jackie Robinson is number 150 in WAR. You know, it's and figuring it out. It's baseball's
Why do
version
so
of the
many people
quarterback rating
talk about it then?
because it's some sort of a metric that people can use to compare people that is one specific thing instead of looking at the old eyeball test. You know, because guys,
Wow.
your
Okay.
home run hitters are not necessarily your RBI guys. Your RBI guys are not necessarily your average guys. Your average guys are not necessarily your OPS guys. To me, offensively, OPS is the biggest statistic out there because that's your on base plus your slugging percentage. So, you know, that encapsulates your batting average, but it also encapsulates your ability to draw walks and to get on without hits.
So does Barry Bonds even make that list?
On the WAR list? Oh, on the WAR
Yeah.
list? Yeah, Bonds is fourth.
Is that because he had so many intentional walks?
Oh, on the wins above replacement list?
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
I mean, the home runs, the intentional walks, um, the gold gloves, because it also takes defense into consideration too. According
Sorry, I
to what
never.
this, are you ready for this? This is the most simplistic way that I have seen it, and it still confuses the hell out of me.
Okay.
Wins above replacement is a single number that presents the number of wins the player added to the team above what a replacement player would add. Think AAA or AA. Scale for a single season. 8 plus is MVP quality, 5 plus is all star quality, 2 plus is a starter, 0 to 2 is a reserve, less than 0 is replacement level. Still doesn't explain how the hell they get to it.
No. Chris, do you understand this topic?
Nope.
But I mean, the top 5 is Babe Ruth, Walter Johnson, Cy Young, Barry Bonds, Willie Mays. I mean, I'm not saying that there's guys in the top, you know, the top 25, top 50 that shouldn't be there. But somebody tried to explain to me how Ricky Henderson can be considered the 19th best player of all time.
How many? Yeah, I don't get it either. I don't get it. So, what are you guys looking, Chris? What are you looking forward to in tonight's game? Obviously, we're getting ready to start out there in about 15, 20 minutes. What are you looking forward to tonight?
Whoa. We got a cameo real quick.
Jackson. This is
It
Rich's
is Jackson.
grandson. What's up, buddy?
Say hi to Adam.
Say hi.
Say hi to Adam.
No, not tonight.
Can you wave hi to Adam? Hey, wave hi. Hey, look. Look at you.
Hey,
Are you
bud.
being shy? Are you being shy?
Absolutely.
He wanted to come in here.
The biggest ham in the world is being shy. All right, buddy. I love you.
Sometimes it happens, Rich.
Be good for mommy and daddy, buddy.
Sometimes it
Yeah,
happens.
that is
Rich.
my little man. I know it. That little turkey, I tell you what. So, but anyways,
What are we looking forward to
he,
tonight?
Chris.
Hope for a good game because we got blown out yesterday because that happened last time. What was it? Back in opening day. Last time we got blown out, and then the next two games we took in the series.
Well, you're playing a pitcher that you love to hit tonight, so
Yeah.
Yeah, and then tomorrow, former Pirate, Tyler Anderson.
Tyler Anderson tomorrow.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I mean,
What's that?
you guys have got some of the weirdest pitching I've seen in a long time. Because I look at your pitching staff and I go, these guys should be really good. And then you turn around and look at it and you go, these guys are a 500 team. What's going on here? It just really confuses the heck out of me when I think about your team, man.
I don't know.
Soriano,
On the East Coast, when I hear Angels, I hear what's going on with their pitching because it always seems their pitching is the downfall. And I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Now, Chris, maybe you can fill us in, but why is it always like that?
I don't know. It's always been the pitching.
Is that bad scouting? Is it the field? Is it? I mean, something's got to be doing it.
Probably like the pitching coach. I mean, like the managers, like taking either like leaving the pitching, the pitcher in like too long and everything, and then putting like say like taking out say like a Kikuchi, leaving too long, and then put in say um like a rookie in instead of putting in like Dentmere's because we have him in the bullpen.
Yeah, and you guys got a guy that was with the Rangers for a long time, and you guys can keep him as far as I'm concerned, in Brock Burke, who is a home run machine. But yeah, when I look at your middle relief, I mean that really. How are they not using Ben Joyce more? I
Well,
mean,
right
the
now,
guy.
right now he's hurt.
I understand, but I mean, even when he was healthy, he wasn't getting used as much as he should have been. As far as I can see, anyway. If I got a guy with that kind of electric arm, I mean, look at what the A's do with Mason Miller. They got him in there every chance they can get simply because he's going to get outs. And it just seems like there's situations you sit there and you go, okay, where's Joyce? Why isn't Joyce in there? And I love Wash. I mean, Wash did some great things in Texas, took the team to the World Series in 2010, 2011. He's really a good manager. But I don't know. When it comes to pitching, it seems like he needs help when it comes to handling the pitching stuff.
Was he the same way in Texas, Rich?
He was.
But
because he's the same guy.
I mean, this was even before Washington took over. I have always just pictured the Angels just bad pitching. I don't know if it's because of Naked Gun. I don't know if Naked Gun threw it all off or not, but I know I'm just throwing out movie scenes, but I mean, it just always seems like the pitching on the Angels is just that bad.
I don't know about you, Chris. It seemed that way with Socha too. I mean, except for 02, when y'all were running Lackey and those guys out there.
That was the year they won the World Series, right?
That was the year they won the World Series, and
they wouldn't pitch the Bonds.
Who would? At that point in time, who would? The man had 140 freaking intentional walks.
He hit that bomb in game. He hit that bomb with no one on.
I would, if they would have had it like they had it now, every time he stepped up, just go ahead and let him go first. Base is empty, base is loaded. Don't care. Go ahead. Because I don't need him hitting one 700 feet and costing me a ball game. I'll let the rest of the team beat me.
I don't even know who else was on that San Francisco team.
What's that?
I don't even know who else was on that San Francisco team at that point.
Oh man, at that point, Rich Aurelio was out there. Hunter Pence, I think, was on the team.
Well, I don't
I
think so.
think.
No, I don't think he was.
And then you had Posey wasn't there yet, was he?
No, Posey was like what?
Yeah,
But I think.
Posey came in.
Wait, wasn't
But
JT Snow on that team?
JT Snow was their first baseman. Rich Aurelio was their shortstop. Um,
Was Jeff Kent still their second baseman?
Jeff Kent was at second. Reggie Sanders was their right fielder. Their pitching staff. Woo! Levon Hernandez, Joe Nathan, Felix Hernandez, King Felix, former Angel. Tim Worrell, the very end of the career of Benito Santiago behind the plate. Marvin Bernard, Sean Dunston, the very end of Sean Dunston. Tom Goodwin, Kenny Lofton, Reggie Sanders. I mean, they weren't a bunch of name players. They just played really well, and they had a really good manager, a guy named Dusty Baker, who's won a game or two in his life.
Yes, he has.
That's why
yeah,
when the Rangers brought in Bochy 3 years ago, I was like, okay. People were like, he's too old. He hasn't done anything in a while. The man won 3 World Series with the Giants.
he's
I don't
the
care if it was
last.
20 years ago. And now he's got one with Texas. He was the last what?
We're talking about Bochy. He's one of the last ones that doesn't do analytic bullshit.
Oh. And you know where I stand on that crap.
Right.
I mean,
Chris, what do you
Bochy
think of
is one
analytics?
Chris?
Chris, what do you think of analytics? Have they ruined the game? Have they brought more to the game? You there? Chris,
You there, Chris?
Yeah.
are you there?
Yeah, I think my
What do you
Wi-Fi. I think my Wi-Fi was going out or
Put
something.
that down.
'Cause I couldn't even see you guys.
Are we just spinning in circles on your screen?
Yes.
Oh, your internet's negotiating.
Like right now, I only see like right now, like right now, Richard was doing the same thing. I only see you right now. Richard was doing the same thing right now.
Is guest appearance coming back?
Hey, come here. Bye, buddy. You be good, okay?
Okay.
I love you.
Chris, what do you think of analytics? Have they ruined the game? Have they?
Yeah, because
what are your thoughts?
my friend does like a show and everything. Yeah, like that's the reason why like the pitching's been terrible and everything because like they're pretty much using like analytics and everything.
Sorry, guys. Little man got a hold of the.
Febreze?
Yep. So
Well, you know, Rich, at least it's gonna smell good in there.
that's true. At least it smells good. It's that. It's the one with the gain in it. I'll give you a holler there.
Are they leaving?
Okay, there's you.
This is the rest of my crew.
Oh, he
I
said
can't.
the rest. Oh.
This is the rest of my crew. Hold on.
Yeah, we can't see them.
These are the ones responsible for little man.
Well, they've done a good thing.
They have. But yeah, they chasing that little turd. Hard to believe he'll be going to school next year and playing t-ball.
That's
So
exciting.
funny part is he doesn't like hitting it off the tee anymore. He wants you to throw it to him.
Maybe we'll just skip T-ball, Rich, and go straight to the next one.
I told Justin that. I've seen kids do that before, where they just bypass t-ball and went straight to coach pitch.
Got to get the fielding down though, Rich.
He's not bad. He's not bad.
All right.
A little iffy on the line drive type things, but the pop ups, he's on the ground. He's got grounders down.
All right. All right.
He's going to be a catcher though, so
You better get him catching. You better start him practicing on them dirt balls.
oh, we have his daddy and I have we have.
All right. Chris, you said about a half hour. What's your prediction tonight?
Either if it's the same Heaney that pitched before against the Angels, he's got to get lit up.
That's your thoughts. That's your thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Chris, if you want to bounce, you can. We're gonna go for a little bit longer, I believe. I know you probably want to go watch the game. Yes, Josh, we're live streaming it tomorrow. Rich will be the leader. 7:30, I believe. Rich, you're starting.
Yeah, let me double check when the first pick is actually supposed to hit.
8:00. 8:00. It starts.
Yeah, but we all know it starts at 7 Central. So that means pick number 1 will probably hit about we'll probably do like 6:45. 6:45 Central, 7:45 Eastern.
Do you have Jeremy's Twitter?
Somewhere.
Okay. All right,
no,
Chris.
not on Peacock.
All right, Chris. How do people get a hold of you if you want them to? If not, I thank you for coming on, man, and I can't wish your team good luck tonight.
It's Rally Chris _93 on Twitter.
Nice. But yeah, you can. If you, whenever like me and Richard's gonna still talk. It's up to you, Ralph, if you want to stick around or not.
In the comments.
What's that?
I'll be in the comments.
All right, cool. We'll pay attention and all right. Enjoy the game, sir. Starts in 7 minutes. Do you know how to? There we go. That was Rally Chris, guys. Good dude. Seemed kind of camera shy tonight, Rich, huh?
Yeah. I don't know if I don't know what the deal was, but yeah, a little, that's okay. It happens to all of us.
Does even Jackson was camera shy tonight?
He was that little turkey. I mean,
usually he says something at least.
yeah, I know. I don't know what the deal is with that. He's a little turkey, but that's all right. He'll come around,
Right.
For long he'll be ready to jump into this thing headlong and start talking. So
well, Rich, we
won.
We won one out of the sweep to the Guardians. That kind of hurt.
Yeah, but we kind of saw it coming. I told you I expected him.
Yeah, I knew it was going to happen too, but it still would have been nice to get one, even when we went to extras.
Yeah, that's the one that I was disappointed we didn't get. I was really disappointed that we didn't get that one. And really, that 3-0 game, you're in it. You're in it. I mean,
They're
that's the
always in
one
it.
thing not always. Not always. I mean, you sit there and you look at, like when you look at that 3-0 game, it was 1-0 until the 7th. Then it was 2-0. So Skeens kept you in it. You just didn't hit. Um, the previous night, you go down 10-7, and you hit 7. You got 7 runs, which is fantastic. Problem is, you gave up 2 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th, and then 5 in the 7th. That 7th inning killed them. If they don't have that 5-run 7th, you know, it's a whole different discussion for the Pirates. But of course, as we all know, if ifs and buts were candy and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas. Um, so the Pirates they're staying in it for the most part. They're staying in it, which is major. Um, last night's game, they did what they needed to do. I really hope, and I know I'm hoping against hope, but I hope it's the Haney that we've seen his
As
first
a
couple of
Pirate.
starts this year, and not the Haney that I saw pitch against them the last couple of years. Because, dude, I can tell you, the Angels owned him. But
Yeah, I
you
figured
know,
you would know those stats because I didn't have a chance to look it up. I've been so busy at freaking work and trying to get caught up. We had the draft to prepare for and everything else. I just haven't
right?
had a chance to really look it over. We didn't even get to our
Yeah,
UFL show this week. We were going to do it tomorrow, but it's draft day and no one's going to want to talk UFL tomorrow.
no, and I mean, tomorrow night you got Modzinski against Anderson. Um, hopefully Modzinski doesn't implode like he did the other night. Um, so I still think that they can take 2 out of 3 in this series. Hopefully, take all 3. Um, and if they take all 3, Friday night is going to be if they sweep the Angels. Friday's the determining factor on the whole 9-game stretch, because Friday it's Skeens against Yamamoto, and that game could very easily be 1-0, 2-1, and then it's just a matter of who hits. Um, the Dodgers have been
So
playing
will
the
that
Cubs
game
last
is
couple
that
of
game going
days
to
and
be
scored
on
a lot of runs.
ESPN?
MLB Network.
The Skeens game in Yamamoto.
Yep, Skeens Yamamoto, MLB Network. And then Saturday it's Keller against Sasaki. And Sunday it's supposed to be Falter against Glasnow. Falter came out early with back issues yesterday. Glasnow against the Rangers came out with a foot, ankle, whatever issue. I don't know if they're going to have him do this next start or not. They're saying that he is expected to, but they haven't said anything definite. So, in the continuing saga of Tyler Glasnow getting hurt, um, there's some susceptibility there for the Dodgers. I said that before the season started.
It's been that
Their
way the whole
pitching
time.
is susceptible. Their pitching is susceptible, and once you get past the 5 spot in their batting order, it's susceptible too. Once you get past Tommy Edman,
Look, with the way these Pirates pitch the bottom of the lineup right now, I'm not putting anything past anyone's bottom of their lineup. They
well,
seem
maybe
that the
that's a
bottom of
valid point.
the bottom of the lineup seem to be killing us the most.
Well, and maybe that's a valid point, but when you sit there and you look at it, you know, you have to look at what everybody's talked about the Dodgers. And you guys all freaked out when I drafted Tommy Edman in our fantasy draft as quick as I did.
I
I
didn't.
drafted him in like the 13th, 14th round. but I know he was well, the way he played in St. Louis and the way he played last year when he went to the Dodgers. I knew he was going to have a really good, strong year, and he's starting out that way right now. But once you get past Edman and Betts and Freeman and Otani and Teoscar Hernandez, the rest of the lineup, eh. I mean, Will Smith is okay. Max Muncy can't get out of his own way right now. If they could send him down, they would.
I think he's
But
out of
who's going to play
options.
third?
I think
It
he's out of
probably
options,
is.
though, right?
Well, plus they're paying him like $21 million a year. You gonna send a $21 million guy down to the minors? And then
Sometimes it
you
wakes
got
him
Miguel
up.
Rojas. Well, but you got Miguel Rojas, who's Kike Hernandez, Um, I'm not sold on the fact that the Dodgers are just gonna set the world on fire and walk away with the World Series. I'm not buying that. I think that there are holes in that Dodgers team that people aren't talking about. So, if we sweep the Angels, I think we could take one against the Dodgers and get those 4 wins that I was talking about out of the 9. If we go 4-5 out of those 9 games, I'll take that with 3 Cleveland, 3 Angels, and 3 Dodgers. If we went 4-5, I'd be more than happy.
I'm still sticking to my 3 or 2.
I still think it's 3. But I said 3, maybe 4. You said 3, maybe 2. And I really hope you're wrong on that one.
Well, that's not a good way for the Pirates to start. 4 pitches, 2 outs.
That's what the Rangers did against him too. And by the time the 3rd inning hit, he had given up like 6 runs. So
Well, hopefully we don't get Aaron Haney giving up 24 runs like the Orioles did.
I'll tell you what, man. If Andrew Haney can get through the first couple of innings clean, Chris is right. If he has a rotten first inning, it's going to be tough. If he can get through the first couple of innings clean, he'll be all right. But he's got to get through them clean. Easier said than done.
Right.
Especially with the
Well,
top
Rich,
of that lineup.
Rich, I know you are starting to get ill, and I don't want to use all your
refuse
voice
to get sick.
you're gonna need it all tomorrow, because with the special edition of the draft, it's really it's that time of year. It's this is like the Masters. the
Yeah,
next 3 days of the NFL are like the Masters, and that's the way I look at it.
Yeah, except it's in reverse. The most important stuff's at the beginning. By the way,
do you like it being drawn out like this?
What, 3 days?
Yeah.
I don't mind it considering the way that they do it. I mean, I'm glad the first round is a day unto itself, since it's a Thursday. If they were going to go Friday, Saturday, Sunday, then yes, I would want to do the first 2 rounds on Friday. But since it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, yeah, I'm okay with it. But I can tell you this: I'm glad they cut the time, because remember the first round used to be 15 minutes between picks, and they cut it
What
to
is it
10.
now? 11, 10.
10. It used to be 15, and it was like, good God, 7 hours for the first round. Now it's about 4, 3.5, 4, which still is too long. I mean, realistically, your first round, it's like a fantasy draft. Your first round picks, you should know right out of the box. They should be giving them 5 minutes between picks, and that's it. They're doing that for television. They're drawing it out for television so they can show all those little goofy vignettes on each individual pick and all that kind of stuff. I know that as well as I'm sitting here. So, that's my whole thing with it. Although I'm hearing, and there are more and more legs growing to this thing, that the Bears are trying to get the 4 from the Patriots. to take Genty. And from what I gather, the deal is their first, second, and third to move up from 10 to 4 to pick Ashton Genty. Because they know he's not going to go in the top 3. So they're putting all their chips in and trying to get that New England pick at 10. If they want to take Genty at 10 at 4, fire away. I don't think he's worth the number 4 pick. But he will
if anyone's going to get into play too, do you think the Cowboys are going to jump into play now too? Because they need a running back very bad. I understand that everyone thinks Hampton they're going to be their answer.
Well, no. There's 2. They're bouncing between Hampton and Henderson. Henderson, the kid from Ohio State.
Right. I know.
They're bouncing between those 2. I don't think Dallas is that concerned about Genty because they know they can get their guy with one of those other picks. A lot of these guys around here are talking about, well, Henderson reminds him a lot of Ezekiel Elliott. I don't see it. I think he's a bigger guy. I think he's more of a power guy between the tackles. But I did hear, I was listening to NFL radio on Sirius, and when I heard this, I went, okay. Because they were talking about the Steelers, and they say, well, they've got an issue at running back, that kind of thing. They said, yeah. They said the Steelers have made the comment that if he's there in the 5th round, they would take Ollie Gordon out of Oklahoma State. All in on that one, baby. All in on that one because he has gotten a clean bill of health from the doctors. So all in. If they can get him in the 5th round, Adam, I promise you that's your starting running back day 1.
I like Gordon.
Love Gordon.
I'm a Scatterboo guy.
I like Scatterboo, man. I'm just concerned about size. I just don't know. I just don't know, man. I just don't know.
I think a lot of these running backs are going to come out in this 2nd round, and we don't have a pick. I get the feeling, Rich. I just do.
Well, I wouldn't.
There is a lot of teams that need a supporter.
There are, and I have seen a lot of. Honestly, I've still seen that this deal that I originally thought was complete joke actually had some legs to it. The Dak and the number 1 for Pickens and the number 1. Do I make that move? Absolutely. You're going to give me Dak in the 12 for Pickens in the 21 all day long. I'll take Dak's contract. The guy's got talent.
He's 31.
Huh?
He's 31. We saw what happened when he got paid. He gets hurt. I don't know. I don't feel it's the best move.
I think it's 1,000 times better than what they've got. But I still say, and I said it in our mock draft last night.
I'm a Mason Rudolph guy because of Dynasty football right now.
No,
it's the only quarterback I have.
Well, you need to go get you another one because it ain't going to make a difference. When they drafted Jackson Dart at 21, you watch.
They're not taking Jackson Dart at 21.
I'm telling you, if he's there, they will take him.
They're not taking him.
If Rooney has a brain in his head at 21, if he's there, they take him. Now, if he happens to not be there, which I think he will be, if he happens to not be there, then that opens up the window to a couple of other things because I really don't. I only see 2 first-round quarterbacks.
Would you go Cam Golden or
Jackson Dart? Oh, I'd go Golden. Me personally, I go. I know you're an Ibuka guy.
Is he a Pittsburgh guy though?
Golden?
Yeah, does he fit
Yeah.
the Pittsburgh scheme?
Yeah. Yeah. And what Golden also does is it opens up the window for you to get rid of Pickens.
Why not run all three? Run all four.
If I can use Pickens to get a
I could
2,
run 4 wide all day, Rich. I would run 4 wide all day.
yeah, but if I could use Pickens to get a 2, okay.
Why? I don't know. I don't think that's. I don't feel that that's the best move.
I think there's several holes on that
I think.
defense that
Look, I
huh?
think Pickens is a 2. I don't think he was a 1. Just don't.
Oh no, he's not a 1.
And that's why he was open. And this is what we talked about. We had that one guy that got doubled and left the 2 guy wide open that made him look like a genius. And that was something Pittsburgh done throughout every draft, every year. They've always had that 2 because they've had a strong 1. Pickens isn't a strong 1. Now
No.
DK Metcalf comes in. What DK Metcalf are we going to get?
I think you're going to get
the end of Seattle or the beginning of Seattle?
I think you're getting the beginning because I think you're going to get a DK Metcalf that's like that is a pissed off DK Metcalf that's saying, "Okay, guys, fine. You want to give up on me? To hell with you." And here we go. And he's gonna play lights out this coming year. I think he has one of the best years of his career this year in Pittsburgh if he has a quarterback.
Listen, you just got to throw it up to that guy, Rich.
If he's got, I don't care. Mason Rudolph could screw it up. That dude could screw up a 1-car funeral. If
Look, that dude got us into the playoffs, and that's the only reason we made the playoffs.
Oh, the defense got us into the playoffs. Don't give me Mason Rudolph got us into. Don't even start that.
Mason Rich, Rudolph I'm gonna ride this Mason Rudolph train until it's over. All right, because he's all I got on the fantasy team. I have Jordan Love and Mason Rudolph.
You got Jordan Love. What are you complaining about?
It's a 2. Well, Rich, there's some big news for you.
How about that? Andrew Haney strikes out the side. All right, Haney. Excuse me, folks. But no, I mean, and I can promise you this, and I'm standing by this, and we'll have to work it around my appearance with Charles on Friday. But I guarantee you, if they take that goof from Colorado, there will be a soapbox stood on Friday night. Guarantee it. Write it down.
It's got his number retired, man. What else more do you want? Biggest fucking
He's not
joke
even the first. He's
biggest
not even the
joke
first
I've ever
Heisman
seen,
winner.
Colorado. Take
not
it down. It's not even
winner.
deserved. It's not even deserved. Travis Hunter, yes. Travis Hunter, Heisman winner, fine, whatever.
Yep.
But the quarterback, because of the dad, the coach, get the fuck out of here.
Cordell Stewart, Michael Westbrook, Tyron Smith, Rashawn Salam.
You went through that whole list today.
I mean, there's 10 guys that should be up there before he is.
Right.
And that's just, obvious ones. It's like, come on. That would be like if the Steelers put Neil O'Donnell up there for getting them to the Super Bowl the year that he gave it away.
Fuck, you might as well just put Larry Brown in the fucking rafters now, too.
No, he's in the Raiders Ring of Honor and the Cowboys Ring of Honor.
Because of that, because Neil O'Donnell loved them. That's it. I never even heard Larry Brown's name ever.
Larry Brown is the best player, or Neil O'Donnell is the best player the Cowboys ever had. Twice. How do you do that?
Right to him twice. He didn't even move.
Right between the 2 and the 4. He made Larry Brown $40 million because Brown left the Cowboys that year, went to the Raiders, signed an 8-year deal for $40 million, and couldn't guard a cushion after that. I mean, he was horrible anyway. He just happened to jump the route and O'Donnell wasn't smart enough to turn into a pump and go. Which, by the way, is one thing that I really like about Jackson Dart, going full circle around to this Jackson Dart thing. He reads defenses extremely well. He really does. And he doesn't throw stupid passes. I'm sorry. You can have all the talent in the world. If you throw stupid passes, you're done with me. Okay? That's why I'm not an Aaron Rodgers. Part of the reason why I'm not an Aaron Rodgers guy. I was never a Brett Favre guy. I wasn't really the biggest Phillip Rivers fan. Rivers had all the talent in the world too, but he threw some of the dumbest passes in the history of football. You got to be able to read defenses, and you got to be able to throw the ball well.
I
Jackson
believe
Dart
Brett
is
Favre
able
can
to do
still read defenses though, just because he made some bad decisions.
a ton of them.
Well,
NFL all-time career leader in picks.
right, Brett Favre. Now that we're talking about,
All I'm saying is you got to be able to read the defenses and adjust accordingly. Jackson Dart can do that. I think the only other quarterbacks in this draft that can do that and do that well are Will Howard, Dylan Gabriel, and as much as people are going to give flack about it, Cam Ward.
we'll be interested to see. At this time tomorrow night, we should be right around our pick.
Nah, we'll be early. We'll still be, yeah. Well, yeah, we'll probably be right in the ballpark. Yeah. Well, now the biggest thing about tomorrow night. Let me ask you about this because we haven't really discussed this a lot. We didn't discuss it all on open mic. How many trades do you see happening in the first round?
I'm gonna say we're gonna see it. We're gonna see 3 trades.
Okay. I think there's going to be 4. So we're in the same general idea. I honestly think we're going to see 2 in the top 10 because I have read from numerous sources that the Browns are entertaining talk for their pick. The Pats are entertaining talk for their pick. The Giants are entertaining talk for their pick. And the Saints are entertaining talk for their pick.
I read the Saints wanted to move up,
Yeah.
so that would be a 1 and 1. Would we still call that 2 trades or 1?
Oh, we call it 1. But the other thing that I saw too, that if they made this move, it would be really interesting because there's all this talk about Kyler Murray and his contract comes up next year and all that kind of stuff. There again, I've seen it a couple of places. If I see it more than 2 places, I consider it as a viable possibility. Okay,
Are you
Murray
thinking
the
Kyler
Saints.
Murray trains the next guy?
Kyler Murray to the Saints for their first round pick. The only way I do that is
I'm
if I
not a
can
I'm not a
guarantee I
Kyler
got
Murray
him.
fan, so I'm not a Kyler Murray fan. Good quarterback. I'm just not a fan.
I'm not the biggest fan either, but is it a case of he's a million times better than what they got? Yeah. Spencer Rattler is not good.
Look, Spencer
He's
Rattler did not have much to throw to.
yeah, but he's deer in headlights, dude. I mean, let's be honest. He just the thing that I'm looking at, if the Saints have so many holes that they could legitimately take something from 4 or 5 different positions and make it a viable pick. Because they need O-line help, they need quarterback help, they need running back help because Alvin Kamara is about done. They need receiver help. They need defensive back help. I mean, they literally have, and I understand they're doing it without saying they're doing it. They're tanking for next year. so they can have a top 2 or 3 pick next year. Because if they have to start Spencer Rattler at quarterback, they won't win 5 games. Even in that shit division they're playing in, they won't win 5 games. I can write that one down for you.
Josh, who are you
I can
talking about?
guarantee it.
We're talking about the Saints. We're not talking about the Steelers. I don't know if he wasn't paying attention, Rich, didn't catch us, but
Yeah, but I mean, I'm dead serious. If Spencer Rattler is the starter in New Orleans, they won't win 5 games.
well, we know for
And
sure it's not going to be Derek Carr.
yeah, so
We
you
know
know,
that for sure. Derek Carr is not going to be the starter in New Orleans.
yeah.
He's kind
And
of
I'll be curious. I'll be very curious to see which of the 3 running backs or 3 quarterbacks with the Giants get cut during training camp.
For who?
The Giants. Because if for some weird reason they cut Jameis, I can think of several teams in this league that would jump on him, including his former team. You don't think the Saints would bring him back?
I don't know if he'd want to go back.
I don't know. But boy, they could use him. And depending,
I mean, he
I'll
might
tell you
go
what,
back.
Pittsburgh.
Might go
I'll
back
tell you
for
what,
the money.
Steelers would take him. The Steelers could take him for 2 reasons. A, he's a million times better than Rudolph. B, he's a veteran that can work with Jackson Dart.
Listen, Rich, I'm going to ride the Rudolph train, like I said. Just because of dynasty purposes, folks. That's it.
I'm promising you, when that 21st pick gets announced tomorrow night, your Rudolph train is off the tracks.
No.
I am promising you.
They're taking Ibuka.
No way, Jose. When they take Jackson Dart tomorrow night at 21,
Jackson Dart
I'd
is going to be
bring
off
Ben
the
back.
board.
I would bring Ben back before I put Rudolph out there.
That's you, buddy. I mean, Ben's good and all, but I think he's enjoying this fatherhood life.
Well, I'm not saying he would come back. But I'll tell you what, though, he's only, 44? 43? 44? It's not like he's ancient.
Younger than that, I thought.
Might be.
Dude, he's 1 year out of the Hall of Fame. There's no way.
He's 43. He turned 43 in March.
There's no way. He's 1 year out of the Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame's going to do it right next year. We're going to see Ben, James, and Ward next year. Kenton's finally going to do it right.
Possible, but I'm just saying. I mean, would I bring Ben in before I started Rudolph? Yes, absolutely, no question about it. Yes. Hell, I'd go get Bradshaw and put him back here before I
Oh,
put Rudolph.
Jesus. We're going way back.
Hey, I can't do any worse. I think I still have Tommy Maddox's phone number.
Dude, you should call him. Have him come on the show.
No, you don't want that. You really
Last
don't.
time I think I saw him play, he threw it right to the dude on Jacksonville, and he took it back to the house in Pittsburgh.
Yes. Well, see, he went to this school called LD Bell in Fort Worth, Texas.
Yeah.
We played against each other from Pee-wee ball all the way through high school. I would just assume no. Couldn't stand him then. Can't stand him now. No.
Hey, did you become friends with John Lieber on Facebook?
I have not yet. No.
I was just curious. That I think it's him, former pitcher for the Pirates for a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm part of this group.
Right,
that,
the big John Lieber post, right? You saw it?
No, but I'm part of a group that has a ton of former major leaguers in it, including several Pirates, actually, former Pirates, actually.
Any chance
But
of that? Any chance of that guy?
Chico Lean,
Chico.
I'll tell you what, he couldn't hit for nothing, but he could play
He
second
was a hell of
base.
a second baseman, though.
Oh, he was fantastic. But like I say, he couldn't hit shit. But man, anything hit that direction, especially if I remember right, it was him and Bell running that during that double play, right?
Yeah, like everyone forgets that Chico booted that ball against Atlanta. Everyone forgets about that.
Uh-huh. Remember that the most overrated player in the history of baseball made a bad throw to the plate. Well, not a bad throw to the plate, but a late throw to the plate.
And also remember, I talked to Sid Bream, and he wasn't stealing.
Yeah, it was a hit and
That's
run.
what made it. This is what made it all the worse. When he said he wasn't stealing, this made it all the worse.
Well, no, it was a hit and run. Bobby Cox has said it was a hit and run.
Sid Bream, I don't know.
But Sid Bream, a guy like me that you clock with a sundial, scores from first
He scored from second.
or second, I'm sorry, scores from second on a ball that doesn't even get 3/4 of the way into left field. Because you're a left fielder who is supposedly one of the best players in the history of the game, can't throw the ball to home plate fast enough to get him out.
Okay, Rich? Would have you rather seen Bonds do the throwing error or the missed fly ball like Judge in the World Series last year?
Neither.
I know neither's your answer, but you have to.
Probably Judge because that didn't cost him the series.
It felt like it did.
That play kept the Pirates from going to the World Series. If Bream is out, Pittsburgh goes to the World Series.
No, it wasn't because it would have been a tied game. We would have went over extra innings.
And you know as well as I do, the bullpens at that point in time, the Pirates bullpen was better than the Braves at that point because if you remember correctly, Smoltz wasn't able to pitch that night because he had pitched the 3 previous nights. They weren't going to throw him out there.
Didn't Tom Glavine say he was ready to go for extras?
He was,
If
but
if
you know as
needed.
well, as I do. You
I'm
put a
trying to. I mean,
starter in.
This is 20 plus years
You're
ago.
right. You're exactly right. But you know as well as I do, you put a starter in that situation that he's not done ever, maybe. He's not going to be his normal self. So, you know, 6 Ks for Haney already. Well, my pick 6 is right. I took the over.
Rich, this one's all you. I mean, I have a couple, but I want to hear yours.
What? My pick 6?
No.
Odd question. Any good baseball movie suggestions? Oh, where do I start?
Right.
The
Sandlot,
greatest.
obviously.
Well, the greatest sports movie of all time is Field of Dreams.
Kevin Costner, Iowa.
Having a
Yeah,
catch with
Josh,
your
that's
dad.
a good one to start with. The Field of Dreams.
Having a catch with your dad.
I mean,
That's just got a special spot for me.
I'm a Roy Hobbs guy.
Yeah, The Natural,
A natural.
Sandlot, the original Major League. The other two you can throw in the trash.
I don't know if my kid watching the Major League yet.
But Major
I mean,
League.
I have the Bond jersey though.
Angels in the Outfield is really good.
Rookie of the year.
Rookie of the Year is good. Oh shoot. Hold on a second.
But I would go Field of Dreams, Josh, as your first one to watch. That's a really, really good one. Has Darth Vader in
Um,
it.
Yeah. No, Field of Dreams is great. Um, what the heck was the other one? Oh my gosh.
Jackie Robinson's
It,
story is a good one too, Josh.
well, 42 is good. Yeah. Jackie
Yeah,
Robinson's
42.
story is good. The Lou Gehrig story is very good. But no, I'm trying to remember the movie. It was Kevin Costner. He's a pitcher for the Tigers. Um, and he's throwing a perfect game in his last game, and his arm is completely shot. Um, what the heck movie is that? Oh, it's gonna
What
hit
was the
me.
other one with? What was the other one with Kevin Costner as a catcher?
Bull Durham.
Bull Durham.
Why'd you shake me up? One of the best lines in that movie. He hit that one like he knew where it was coming. He did. I told him.
Fastball right down the middle.
Oh man, Luke LaRouche, aka Meat.
What was the
And
name?
that's
What?
a
Oh, and I see the school. I see the reels of that movie all the time, and I still don't know the name of that movie.
which one's
I know
that?
you're. I know you're researching it.
I'm trying to think of what the movie was. Oh my goodness, it's a great movie. Um, Mr. 3000 is pretty good with Bernie Mac. For love of the game.
I
For the love
mean,
of the
Josh.
game.
I mean, if you want to see the inside and out of the game, Moneyball is the one to watch with Brad Pitt.
Moneyball, yeah, isn't bad.
If you want to
Uh,
watch the behind the scenes of the game, Moneyball is the one
yeah,
to watch.
yeah. Um, Bang the Drum Slowly is a good baseball movie. Um, it's Lou Gehrig. Um,
That's the one whenever they show him burning his hand with that whole thing of coffee, right?
yeah.
And he didn't
Um,
feel it. He didn't feel it.
right. Yeah, Mr. Baseball. Mr.
Rich, we
Baseball
got first and
pretty
we
good.
got first and third here. 1-0 Pirates. Reynolds on a sac
Hey,
fly.
Reynolds a sack fly. Um, Mr. Baseball wasn't bad. It was kind of funny. Tom Selleck, where he went to Japan and played. Um,
Oh, what was the other one? Where the teacher, if the kids, that was a Texas movie. If the kids went to the state championship game and won, he would try out for the
the
baseball.
rookie.
Was that the rookie? Yeah, that was a
The
good one
rookie.
too.
Yep.
That
That
was a
was a
that was a
Texas high
good one.
school. Texas high school.
That was right by you, right?
Yeah.
Was
Yeah,
it
about
actually
80
filmed at the
miles.
high school?
A lot of it, yeah. About 80 miles from here. Yeah, Dennis Quaid came down and did the whole thing. Guy's name was Jim Morris.
Yeah, that's based off a true story too.
Yeah, he ended up pitching for the Tampa Bay Rays for I think 2 seasons. Middle reliever. Yep.
And the whole high school team was at the game. Well, in the movie they were. I don't know if they really were in real life. They might have been. I don't really know.
Yeah, I don't know. Then there was one too, and I can't remember. Was it the Scout? The one with Brendan Fraser where he could throw like 600 miles an hour, and it was just a completely stupid movie. He could hit it 6 miles and throw 200 miles an hour, and you know what I'm talking about?
What was? No, I don't. I was trying to think. What was the one with Clint Eastwood, and the kid could throw the curveball,
Oh,
and the girls like I heard the pop. Peanut
yeah,
Boy.
that Brendan Fraser that Brendan Fraser movie was the Scout. Um, the Clint Eastwood one, I know which one you're talking. Trouble with the Curve.
Was that the name of the movie?
Trouble with the Curve. Yep.
Okay, so
It's
they said the
him
title
and
in the actual. They said the title in
yeah,
the actual movie.
Yeah, Justin Timberlake's in that. John Goodman's in that.
I think
I mean,
Cruz
it's
just got
got
another.
a.
I think Cruz just got another stolen base, Rich. And then they walked McCutcheon, it looks like. First and second. I'm sure Raleigh Chris can be updated quicker than me, but I'm just watching on Google.
How about that Cruz fella? That's all I can tell you. How about that Cruz guy?
I'm a fan of Cruz. I just I just want him to be a better outfielder, Rich. I want him to
Give
be
him some
better. I want him
time.
to be a better fielder.
Give him some time. Give him some time. It's not
All
like,
right.
you got to remember, Robin Yount did this 30 years ago, and, he didn't exactly set the world on fire his first year.
This is his
So,
first year. Oh, Josh getting excited for Indy 500 free testing today.
yeah. Yeah.
But
You
one nothing
got to be
Pirates
kidding.
mid third.
Great play by Josh Young. Rangers, the A's leadoff hitter, Lawrence Butler, home run. For those of you Lawrence Butler fans out there. So, but man, I got a bogey. It's not 9:15.
I know. I if your wife came around, I would say thank you this week to her.
I think she's actually in the living room watching a movie.
I would let her know I'm saying thank you.
I will.
But anyway, Rich, drink some tea. I guess put some honey in that thing. Mix it
Oh yeah.
up really good. Kick that cold's ass. All right.
Oh yeah, I'm going to. Hold on. I didn't want to do that in front of the camera.
But anyway, Rich, I don't know if McCutcheon got out at third on a fielder's choice. Double play, I guess. I'm guessing double play to end the inning. That's what I'm thinking here. But anyway, Rich, you can find me at Sports Talking It. You can also find me at Hammer Time Pittsburgh Talk over there. Also driving to the top on Twitter. That's my 3 Twitters I check pretty much randomly. Driving to the top on YouTube. Hit that like, subscribe button. Thank you everyone for tuning in. All the comments. Raleigh Chris, thanks for popping on tonight. Nice catching up with you. Hope we win this series anyway, not you. And Rich, take us home.
Yeah, man, you can get me on Twitter, X, whatever we're calling it this week, at Big Rich 8371. Monday nights, or Facebook, Rich Richardson. Monday nights, 7 Eastern, 6 Central. It is Two Tire Change, our NASCAR program here on the network. And we talk about previous week's races, the current week's races, and then we also get into DFS and betting odds and other assorted news and notes around NASCAR and other racing. And then Tuesday nights, of course, open mic. Wednesdays, we're right here, 9 Eastern, 8 Central, with Steel City Sports Talk. And then, man, I think that's about it. We're working on a wrestling show. We haven't got it quite nailed down yet, but we're working on a wrestling show. We just got to figure out exactly when it's going to run. And that's pretty much about it, man. But again, we appreciate everybody.
Get in. We're talking wrestling.
But yeah,
I like
Raleigh
that.
Chris,
I like that thought. I like that show name, but that's just me.
Well, I liked it. I didn't have a problem with it. But Raleigh Chris, we appreciate you, man. Appreciate you coming on. And next week, man, we'll have a lot more to talk about. Hopefully, we'll have some more Pirate victories to talk about. And Jackson Dart as the new quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers. So until next Wednesday, man. Any last thoughts, Adam?
Suits and tie tomorrow, I think, right? I'm just kidding. Do whatever you got to do. Rich, you never worn a tie, not even at your wedding. If you wore a tie on this show, I think your wife might kick you out of the network.
I would kick myself out of the network. What are you talking about? I no, like I told you guys a long time ago, I wore a suit. I did not wear a tie. Didn't wear a tie to my wedding. I ain't wearing one for this. Sorry, guys. I really like you guys, but and not that much. But yeah, man, let's
That's
do it again
fine.
next week.
We're gonna do it again tomorrow night.
Yeah, we will. So
So I will see you
y'all.
tomorrow night, Rich, at some point. Like I said, when I get off work, I'll jump in whenever I get home. Get all caught up on the festivities. I'm not sure who's gonna be popping in. I really don't know. I know Jeremy will be here. Jeremy will be in and out. Whatever. We'll figure it out. We'll see who's here.
Yeah, we'll
That's
get it
the way
all
we
taken
do
care
it.
of.
All right, guys.
All right.
Hit the end button. Let's go.
All right.